Alrighty, Colts Nation, we are back with a film breakdown. I experimented with this, I think the last week of the preseason, and it got pretty good feedback from you guys. So I decided to go with it again. We're going to be looking at NFL.com, well, not NFL.com, the NFL YouTube page, put out every run and pass by Anthony Richardson. So it's not every snap of the offense, but it's every run and pass by Anthony Richardson. I know that's what most of you guys are interested in anyway. For me, I do or will want to be pointing out some things that aren't just Anthony Richardson during this, if I can pull it off. I want to kind of give the O-line a little bit of defense here because I thought they played pretty well, and a lot of you guys said they sucked. I don't think they did. I think a lot of the times Jacksonville was just sending blitzes and really manufacturing the pressure, and there's a few occasions where they sent more numbers than the Colts had to protect, and that's a lot of the pressure that you saw. So we're going to do the film breakdown, but obviously, you know, I always introduce myself. My name is Justin. This right here is the Ride the Bench Colts cast. If you've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. I always tell everybody to like if you're enjoying it, subscribe if you're really enjoying it. This time I have a different call to action because a call to action is a marketing term, by the way. I'm trying to get you to do something. I'm doing a giveaway. You guys know Dan Orlovsky? He, in my opinion, is the best in the business. Former Colts quarterback, former NFL quarterback. Some of you may know him for running out of the back of the end zone. I know him for giving the Colts a pretty good stretch of football in the year where we were terrible with, I think, Curtis Painter, if I'm not mistaken. Dan Orlovsky gave us good work that year. I believe he went 1-1 or 2-0. He beat the Patriots and had over 300 yards. No big deal. He's the best in the business when it comes to film breakdowns. I desperately want him on this show. I've got no way of reaching him, but I know that you guys can help me. So here are the instructions for this giveaway, okay? All you have to do is, whether it's the link to this video, a screenshot of this video, any post I've ever put on Instagram, you need to share it, tag Dan Orlovsky, screenshot that you did that, and send it into my Instagram DMs. You can follow me on Instagram if you want. It's not required. I'll see you in the request folder if nothing else. So share this, share anything I've ever done, tag Dan Orlovsky, tell him to come on the show. If he comes on the show, one of you guys that shares it is going to get $300 from me. That's all I've got to pony up. $300 I've got to one of you guys that shares something from me and tags Dan Orlovsky. That's if we get Dan Orlovsky to come onto the show and do a film breakdown with me. If you forget those details, I'll make sure to put it in the description. Hopefully I was clear enough on the instructions right there. If not, I fucked up. But let's get into the film breakdown. Let me share the screen right here. Make sure you guys see it. Okay, every run and pass by Anthony Richardson. Let's see it. Nice little bubble screen to start the game right here. Just Steichen trying to get the team into the rhythm. Really not much to see here. Perfectly fine play, perfectly fine throw. That was just one read. It was there. Basically just given to them by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Richardson right here. He sees this play right. Look, they're bringing Pittman underneath. And this is the space that's open right here. Richardson sees this perfectly fine. Just misses the throw. High. That's where Richardson misses most of his throws. He puts it up too high. And that is what it is. Sees it right, misses the throw. Perfectly fine play right here. I don't know if this is the first read on the play. If it is, he saw it. If not, good for him seeing it. But Josh Downs, nice hitch. Loved how they got him involved early in this game. Would have liked to have seen it more often. I want you guys to pay attention to how often the Jaguars are getting a pressure when there's no blitz, by the way, because it's not very often. Look at this right here. Tight end screen. Lovely. Now, as I say that, this is a quote-unquote pressure. For those of you guys that don't know, this pressure is intentionally allowed to kind of get these guys flowing upfield so you could throw this screen right here. And then you hit Granson. This is classic Shane Steichen. Nice throwing angle by Anthony Richardson to get this around Josh Allen. Classic Steichen on the tight end screen. Saw a lot of this from Dallas Goedert last year. Really love what Granson's bringing to the table for the Colts in training camp, preseason, and week one. Granson's really awesome for us. Right here. Let's see what we got. Nice decision by Richardson. So one of my big critiques on Richardson early on often, and keep in mind, Richardson is 21 years of age, the second youngest quarterback to ever start a game in the regular season in NFL history, only started 13 games in college. So any critiques I have are I guess, to some degree an indictment on him, but it's what's expected. It's just the realistic outcome. He's not going to come out here and beat Tom Brady. This is what it is. I thought he had a great day, but here's everybody dropping back. Richardson sees it, and quickly, look how quickly he comes down to the check down here. Really nice by Anthony Richardson. Would like to see him do this more consistently. You'll see a few times over the course of the game, he doesn't get the job done right there. Again, fine protection for him all the time he needs. Good pocket. Got Granson scraping across here. This is a bad throw by Richardson. Nice decision to pull it, I guess. But misses. I mean, that's an egregious miss on the throw. Just flat out. Again, where does Richardson miss? He misses high. This is what we know about Anthony Richardson. He's got such a rocket, I guess. He just keeps putting the thing high. What a catch by Granson. Again, love what he brings to the table. Richardson knows it. Probably the reason that he got all 53 guys a set of AirPods or whatever the hell he got him. Nice conversion there for him. This is why we have Richardson. Now, I can't bear to see him take this hit. You got to work this thing outside, and you see him do it later on in the game. There's no reason for him to take this hit at all. If Richardson just works this thing outside, he'd be just fine. But he wants the first down so bad. It's 1st and 10. Time and a place to go for it on this type of situation. There's just a time and a place. 1st and 10 is not it. He's got to work this thing outside and get out of bounds. Can't bear to see him take these hits. But that is why we have Anthony Richardson, to run it just like that. Nice play by him. And hopefully he gets out of bounds moving forward. Really nice find by Richardson. Now, I said I was going to make this about people that weren't Richardson. Here's me coming in on Will Fries. Look, you got 4 down linemen. Well, I guess 2 down linemen and 2 guys on the edge standing up. 4 guys that are your natural rushers is my point. Braden Smith right here. You got this right here. You got Quentin Nelson with this gentleman right here. And then I know he's supposed to help because, look, he's actually in this gap right here, whoever their nose tackle is. He's playing, I believe this would be a 1 technique. I'm pretty sure. A little rusty on that terminology, but Will Fries should help. I mean, this guy is showing blitz like you would not believe. Will Fries, if he was at all aware of his surroundings, it's one thing to touch this guy up, number 94, because you should do that as a lineman, because he's got, look, you got to help him right here. I understand that. Look at this blitz. Oh, I'm mistaken. See, the beauty of this is that I learned too. Nice play by Jacksonville defensively right here. So actually what you have is the pass protection slides this way because you have Ryan Kelly. Look at this gentleman fake blitz right here. Ryan Kelly has to pick that up, and Will Fries has to hit this guy. So now this blitz comes uncovered. Nice play by Jacksonville. I don't know what you do about that as the Colts. I'm sure someone that's more knowledgeable than me knows, but look, he fakes the blitz to get Ryan Kelly on him. This guy comes down and occupies Will Fries, and now you have the blitzer coming in free. I mean, that's really nice design by Jacksonville, but that's manufactured pressure. That's not straight up pressure. That's a little blitz. That's a little scheming on the pressure. And look at Anthony Richardson pick this up. This is awesome. Hits Josh Downs on an awesome throw over the middle. This was an awesome play all around. Tough to protect what Jacksonville just threw at Indianapolis, actually. I don't really know how to do it. That's why I'm not a coach. Nice call by Steichen right here. Look, pulling around. Very nice. Anthony Richardson shows pass. Gets this guy rushing up the field. Tucks that thing down. Boom. Very nice. Good play call by Steichen. That's why we have Richardson. First touchdown of his career. You love to see it. They're going to show this one again. Look at Will Fries pulling. Look at the athlete in Will Fries. Not too bad. Of course, he essentially misses the block, but I guess it gets the job done. Boom. There it is. Touchdown. Not too shabby out of the Colts right there. They try it again. Richardson gets this thing outside. Unlike before where he tried to cut this thing upfield on 1st and 10 for no reason. Works it outside. Does that a couple times on this drive. Believes he does it immediately again right here. Yep. Look, boom. Works it outside. No need to take a hit. No need to take a hit, Anthony. Like to see that. Good stuff. This QB sneak. This is the infamous Philly QB sneak. Now, my problem with this play right here, you've got Deion Jackson and Michael Pittman behind the push. If the point of this play is that you're going to get these guys, basically, you want to get a push behind Richardson, would love to have some more sizable players trying to get this push. I mean, I'm recording this really, I guess now. Who knows what time it is? It's 10:30 at night on the Thursday night game. I'm basically about to miss the whole second half of this game, but Philly did this earlier in the game. They had a tight end back here. Colts don't have a tight end back here. You like to have stronger guys trying to make this push. You really do. That's on Steichen. Don't blame him for going for it here at all. If you can't convert this, you don't deserve to win the game, quite frankly. And they didn't win the game. So here is Richardson. Keeping his eyes down the field. Sees nothing. Not a bad play by Richardson right there. Good decision to tuck that thing and run. That's the stuff we haven't been getting out of our QBs the past few years. Tough right here. Really good counter. I mean, Jacksonville really good play calling on the defensive side throughout the course of this game. The blitzing corner is just a perfect counter for this play. The Colts are doing play action right out to this flat here, and of course it's open. But Jacksonville overloads a blitz on this side. You got 1, 2 guys blitzing. That's just more numbers than the Colts can block. Period. That's more numbers than the Colts can block. That's not bad protection by the Colts. That is just good scheme by the Jacksonville Jaguars. A perfect counter to what the Colts called right here. A little Spygate action maybe out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, that is a fucking suspiciously perfect play call by Jacksonville. Good on them. Richardson drops back. Oh, goodness. Remember before I was talking about how sometimes it takes a while for Anthony Richardson to get from this upper level down? Third and 11, I know you're trying to make a play. Good Lord, would we just get this ball to Josh Downs right now? Just let it. There's no one open back there. Just get it to Downs. Instead, he puts it to Jackson. I think he puts this thing to Downs quick enough. Downs might be able to get a first down right there. I don't know for sure, but he's a slippery little guy. And I mean that with no disrespect, calling him a little guy, but he's a slippery dude, Josh Downs. That's a play he maybe could have converted a first down if Richardson was able to get down to him fast enough. 4th and 4. Look at what's going on here. So the Colts are trying to run something similar, I guess, to what they did before, but it's a different look where you kind of have this slant right here. You have Josh Downs coming up around here. The whole point is that this route creates a natural pick for Pittman to come underneath, and you would have this pocket open right here. Now, Jacksonville blitzes the hell out of these guys right here. Richardson has to see this because look at where Granson is and look at how Granson's route ends. I don't love the call to go for it on 4th and 4 right here. I think you signed Matt Gay for a reason. I know this is a 59-yard field goal, but hell, you paid him. Got to get some points on the board, or at least got to try. You know, the result is the same because you don't convert this. But Richardson has to pick up this blitz right here. And look at the coverage here, how off these guys are. And look at how they're getting jammed up right here. Again, suspiciously good play call by Jacksonville. I mean, how do they know? I mean, these guys are professionals, I guess. Richardson has to be able to pick up this blitz and know he has Granson coming over the middle right here with inside leverage. If he right here, because this play is blown up, he should see this is blown up by the press coverage. Richardson should be able to shift his attention to the middle of the field right here and hit Granson coming across. Just not at a place in his career where he's going to recognize this with consistency. And that's how it goes. God, really did not like that play call. I just didn't like that decision. Play call is fine, I guess. I didn't like the decision. And, okay, here's another one. As a quarterback, you start your progression up here, right? You have the first level being the offensive line, second level being the linebackers, maybe a nickel corner in here, something, whoever's coming in this range. And then you're looking at the deep safeties. That's the third level. You're starting at the third level in your progression and working your way down. Richardson should be able to recognize that everybody's back here. He's starting his progression down here. The problem is that I know he's starting his read, but he's looking at Alec Pierce here down the field. He should right now, based off of this defense, have an understanding that there's going to be nothing down the field. He has to be able to know that Isaiah McKenzie's open right here. Again, not at a point in his career where he's going to recognize this. You just can't reasonably expect it, given his experience level and just given the situation he was put in. As he gets better, you'd like to believe he'd recognize this stuff. But he has to know from everyone dropping back right here, even though this is really the last read in the play, he has to know that it's there, and he doesn't. Pressure comes in quick enough, in fairness. Hell, I mean, the arm talent from Richardson's undeniable. A little risky there, but puts it high enough where what does it matter? Nice. Nice by Richardson. Richardson shows pretty consistent accuracy on these throws over the middle when he could just stand there and make the throw. And I'll tell you, these are the ones that are harder to make. So this is good by Richardson. And I'll tell you why they're harder to make. I'll try to illustrate it to you from the start here. The middle of the field is always going to have more traffic. When you think about a defense, you have 11 men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these guys are inside, essentially, of this tackle box, meaning that there's a lot of traffic over in the middle of the field. These are the throws that are harder to make. He's obviously tall, so it makes it a little bit easier to see over everyone. But generally, the easier, throws that you're going to have more space on are kind of outside over here because you have less people. Now, there's space on this play. But again, just nice of Richardson to recognize this, be able to make these throws. These are not easy throws. Now, for an NFL guy, it should be. But I want to give him credit for the fact that he's really good at these throws over the middle. It's just good stuff, quite frankly, out of Richardson to see that. He's been hitting these seams consistently, preseason, training camp, and in this game in week 1 right here. Really like to see that. Hell of a throw by Richardson. A hell of a hit. Flags flying around like Independence Day over here. Look at this. Not too shabby right there out of Anthony Richardson. Drops back. Good work right here by Anthony Richardson to climb the pocket. Now look at this. This is high-level stuff, man. A lot of scrambling quarterbacks will just take off right here. Anthony Richardson steps up, keeps his eyes down the field like a pocket passer, which I try to tell you guys is what he wants to do. As much as he's a running quarterback, man, this guy wants to do it from the pocket. And I think that's going to age well over time with his work ethic. Man, good work by Richardson right here. It's little things like this. You can't take that for granted. That's a good play out of Anthony Richardson right there. Unfortunately, Deion Jackson is Deion Jackson. Not sure how much longer he's going to have a job, and I was pretty high on him coming into the season. What a horrific game out of him. Now, obviously, tough situation. 1 minute right here. You're backed up, and the defense is going to give you the underneath stuff all day. Quite frankly, if you're the Colts with 2 timeouts, you should be taking it all day. Anthony Richardson has to work on that. As this drive progresses, you'll see. Now, before I get into this play, I do just want to point out Anthony Richardson, there's a lot of misreads in this game. He had no help in the running game. The guy had 13 starts in college and is the second youngest quarterback. I might have said this already in this video, but if not, go ahead. The second youngest quarterback to ever start an NFL football game, along with the fact you take into account that he turned the ball over less than both Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck in his debut and completed more passes than the both of them with absolutely no help on the ground in this game. Can't expect much more out of Richardson than what he brought to the table. Again, any missed reads are only natural out of someone of his, it's just what's realistic. So here it is right here. Nice decision. Nice throw. Oh. Well, hold on. I jumped the gun. I thought he put this thing over to Granson right here. He didn't. So he does the check down. Actually, probably a fine decision. This guy probably would have picked me off. This is why I'm not a quarterback. So checks it down right there. Perfectly fine. We'll take that on first down. Live to see another play. That's fine, Anthony Richardson. We'll take it. Now, he comes back over the middle to Granson again. I believe it might even be on this play, which is what I'm confusing it with. No, he goes to Pierce. Now, I'm all over the place. We could talk about Alec Pierce. Anthony Richardson puts him in a tough spot right here. Number 32 had a hell of a day. This is the guy who picked off Richardson later in the game. We could talk about Alec Pierce dropping passes all we want. He knows damn well he's about to take a lick right here, and he holds on to this one. Now, Alec Pierce had a shit day. I'm not going to sit here and try to make it like it's something that's not, but if we're going to trash him while he's down, let's give him credit where it's due. To hold on to this catch is not an easy thing to do. Oh, goodness gracious. Man, he got stuck on that play. I'd like to see Alec Pierce play a little bit stronger here and there. Now, I know that's just hard to defend. He's basically defenseless on that. But I always feel like Alec Pierce is getting out, man. Regardless, way to hold on to that one, Alec Pierce. Look at Winfrey. Just look at Winfrey. Remember I was saying before, he has a tough time coming down from this second level. He just holds it. He just waits for this. It's not there. Look at everyone's backed up. There's no one within 15 yards, right? Look at where the line of scrimmage is. They're all playing behind the first down, as they should. Now, I know Richardson, this is situational football. He wants to get the ball down the field. He's trying to lead a scoring drive. If you dump this thing to Winfrey right here, he's able to work this thing up to the 30. You could call a timeout. It's just, it's just moving the chains. You just got to hit him. Somehow did not get strip sacked on this. Quite a few plays where Richardson showed some pretty good ball protection. in the pocket. I mean, these are fumbles for Matt Ryan last year, the seasoned veteran. Richardson really is able to hold on to these in sacks. Really good. Now, this, as I said before, Richardson is very, very good on these throws over the middle for the most part. This is a monster throw. I mean, this is as good of a throw as any quarterback in the league is going to make, but I don't know this for sure, but it's something I observed. Sometimes it's hard to tell because this camera right here only shows so much. He hits Pittman here. Don't want to nitpick because this is a first down and a nice throw. Look at Alec Pierce. Now there's a safety above him right here. Where's the safety over here is what I would need to know. But to me, it looks like this might be open to Alec Pierce. I can't quite tell. Nice throw by Richardson. Ultimately a first down. And what is that? About a 15, 20-yard gain. So good on him. Alec Pierce looked like he had about 20 to 30 yards on this play if he were to put this ball right here. Looked open to me. But, that's what you're going to get out of Richardson on a game. You'll take the completion anyway. Really had good command of the team for a guy in his first game. I mean, say what you want about his accuracy and stuff. In terms of going out there and being a leader and just looking calm and ready to go, Anthony Richardson looked very, very ready to be out there in this game against Jacksonville. You got to respect that. Oh, tough. Just got beat right here. Look at how far outside he is starting on this play. I mean, look at how far outside he is. You just got beat with speed right here, and you're doing a play action. You're basically dead from the start. Somehow doesn't get sacked here. Now, if you're Anthony Richardson, realistically, you might have Pittman here. No time to make the play, though. I guess he's open. Is that a horse collar? If you're Richardson and you're able to get away from this, there's really no reason to put this to Evan Hull, but I understand in the heat of the moment. Boom. Tough hit. And the flag, as it should have been. There it is. Look at this right here. Will Fry stinks right here. He stinks. God damn, he stinks. This play is relying on his block, and of course he doesn't get it. If you're Anthony Richardson, I mean, you do have a cutback right here if you want it, but I mean, how the hell can you expect that? You just need Will Fries to come up with this one. You really do. That's an annoying looking play out of the offensive line right there. It is. That's an annoying looking play. Just blitzing. Just blitzing on this pressure. Really sees Pittman. Sees this all the way. I mean, they just sent more than they were able to protect. Well, actually, I thought this was one that got batted down. Nice. All right. Good catch by Pittman. Can't take this guy for granted. He had a hell of a day. Michael Pittman had a hell of a day. Love how reliable he is. Everyone wants to talk about him and him not being a wide receiver one. I thought he showed the chops in this game. They were all over the screen from the start. What are you going to do? Deion Jackson doesn't help that he's getting the ball. Not for anything, but they were all over that from the start. Really nothing you can do about that. It's not on anyone. It's just Jacksonville knowing what's going on. There it is. Now, 2nd and 28. This is straight out of what we did last year. I think a lot of you guys remember, I would assume, if you watched the games last year, we did this a lot last season, and we really had great success on this screen in these 2nd, 3rd, and long situations. And, only natural to see this happen again. Pittman really gave us good work on this last season a lot. And hell of a play by Pittman, wide receiver one, no big deal. Put some respect on his name. Unfortunately, that would be the last offensive touchdown we scored in this game. But really a good-looking play right there. Great play by Pittman. Just everything worked the way it was supposed to on that play right there. NFL showing the replay. Look at them go. Boom. Fakes that up. And nice blocking down the field. Just enough for Pittman to get past him. It's good stuff out of Michael Pittman. Hey, good protection by the offensive line right here. Good protection by the offensive line. Got to get this thing out right now. If no one's open, get it out. If no one's open, get it out. This is Anthony Richardson just not doing this quick enough. This is a sack that's Anthony Richardson's fault. Now, people are going to point to the line on this one. Had all the protection he needed to get this thing to Deion Jackson. I know he's trying to get the ball down the field. Anthony Richardson at some point has to come down on these. He's always trying to make a play on these 3rd and long situations. Sometimes you just got to dump it off. And I mean, he does that. That's ridiculous. That's reckless. It is. That's a reckless play by Richardson. But he's capable of making those things happen. So I guess that's what it is. He has to figure out the balance of when to do it and when not to do it and deal with the outcome. Good protection. Good protection by the offensive line. I want to keep pointing that out because of how much you guys trashed him. How many times in this game, when it wasn't a blitz that was manufacturing pressure, how many times did you see Jacksonville get pressure with just their guys? Almost never. Richardson sees this just fine. Deion Jackson should catch this, but realistically, when you're throwing to a running back, you don't want to make him reach for it. You want to just put it on him. It's a short enough throw where you should be able to expect Richardson to hit him like that. But Deion Jackson, what a day for him. All right. Nice. 3rd and 9. Really good closeout right here by this guy. Quick decision and everything by Pittman, or rather by Richardson. It's a bang-bang play right there on 3rd and 9. You just don't have the conversion. It is what it is. Not the greatest throw by any means. But I don't know how many times we can make an excuse for Alec Pierce not winning his matchup. At some point, and I try to defend Alec Pierce to the death, he's just always getting outmanned. He's just always losing his one-on-one matchups, period. And listen, not the greatest opportunity. You could look at a lot of Alec Pierce's opportunities and say, oh, that's a tough play to make. At some point, you got to win the matchup, man. It's one thing if you're the wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4, and you're just getting put in situations. You're the wide receiver 2, and we're relying on you for these types of plays, and we're targeting you. We need him to win a matchup at some point, quite frankly. We really do. There's going to be trouble if he doesn't. Nice find by Richardson. Misses the throw behind him. Found him well. Really nice read by Richardson right there. Just doesn't get the throw on the money. Again, fine protection by the offensive line. I want to keep pointing this out. I would like to believe, man, little Jake Funk right here, somehow the best running back on the roster. 2 carries for 10 yards. Everyone looking at the running game, saying it was shot. I'm going to give the offensive line the benefit of the doubt for the week and say it was Deion Jackson's fault. I think Jake Funk would have averaged 3 or 4 yards per carry behind this offensive line this week. I thought really they looked pretty good. A lot of you guys are going to trash them. It's all blitzing. Look, right here, blitz. Now you get pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got this guy faking the blitz enough to freeze him. Coming around the outside. They got the pressure. Now, Richardson sees this, right? Because you have Pittman pushing this guy back. You have Granson coming across the field who's going to occupy this guy who drops back, and it's going to keep this guy honest to where Josh Downs could come back across the middle here. So this works. And Richardson sees it, but that pressure from the outside. Richardson should have let that rip right there. He should have let it rip, and he didn't. Look, a little indecision out of Anthony Richardson right there. Right there. Boom. That's when he should have done it. He had it. Doesn't do it. Indecision. And then ends up putting it in a bad spot right there. That's on Anthony Richardson right there. They have what they were supposed to have. Not bad protection. This Josh Allen is a freak of nature. That is what it is. He's a beast on the edge. Bernard Raymond, I thought, for the most part, did a decent job. I know he had 3 sacks, but some of them are really Richardson's fault. Richardson gets this thing off. We're assuming that this was to Granson. Remember in the preseason, there was that throw. You couldn't tell if it was to Pittman or to Granson, and it kind of looked just like this. This is another. Was that supposed to be to Jake Funk? No way. That had to be to Granson. Got to put a better throw on him. Okay, this is the interception right here. Now, I want you to see, because a lot of people are going to rip Anthony Richardson. This is a hell of a play. Number 32 right here made some good plays in this game. This is one of them. You have 2 guys really in the same, so the spacing on these routes are a little bit off, but you got Mo Alley Cox and Pittman occupying the zone right here. There's so much space in between number 32 and them. Oh, he got baited. Richardson, and I believe him, said he saw this guy and just thought he could put it over his head. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, Man, see, this is why I need Dan Orlovsky. By the way, go ahead, share it, tag him. If he comes on the show, one of you gets $300. I think that's the right decision. I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe Alec Pierce has the right decision. I think that was the right decision. That's a hell of a play. Look at him get up and make that pick. Opportunistic defense by the Jaguars right there. Tough. Just tough. Nice find and throw by Richardson right here. Really nice. Man, Granson's good for us, huh? What a catch right there in traffic. Taking the hit. Good for Granson. Nice pass protection for the most part. Actually, let me take that back. That's not good pass protection. And who do you think failed? Will Fries. They beat him on a stunt. This is what teams are going to do. All these guys, Raymond, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Braden Smith, all had over, take it for what you will, like over a 70 rating on Pro Football Focus, which really is far above average. Will Fries in the 50s. And I'll tell you right now, they're going to isolate Will Fries like this all season. Look at the stunt. They have him come outside. He just gets beat. Just Will Fries not being good enough right here. Really good stuff by Richardson. Misses the throw, but really good stuff by him to climb up, keep his eyes down the field. Those are the throws that are going to come eventually with Richardson. Again, it's just, hard in his situation. It's a very difficult situation. I know people don't want excuses, but it is. It's a very difficult spot for Richardson. Nice little decision there by Richardson to get that to Jake Funk. Look at Jake Funk. I'm telling you, I want to see what he brings to the table. Another good play by Richardson, man. He's really, really good at work in the pocket. Just really good movement in there. Nice run by him. Again, even with the interception, man, worth noting, we don't win this game or anything like that. Worth noting how calm Anthony Richardson stays during all this. I mean, in no moment does he look like he's panicking in this game whatsoever. This is a tough situation to be in as a rookie. Now, if you're asking me if I'm to nitpick, I probably put this one to Granson as opposed to Pittman, but Pittman's his go-to guy. That's what you're going to get. Boom. All right. Whatever. Nice throw and catch. Here's another one. They keep giving it to him. Rolls out. Oh, that's a fucking great play. That is a hell of a play by Anthony Richardson. My goodness gracious. Look at that. Oh, goodness. That is awesome. I mean, that is awesome by Richardson. I don't think any other rookie can make that play but him. That's a hell of a play. All right. Goes back to Pittman. Pittman, look at this slippery little maneuver here by Pittman. Look at him just back up into this. Pause. Nice by Pittman. Man, he was awesome in this game. Love what Pittman brought to the table in this game. He's a badass. Sees it, hits it. Good. I didn't even know where this play went. Sees it, hits it. Nice. Decisive stuff by Richardson. Here's a case right here. I knew it was coming. Pierce has to win a matchup. It's a good throw. It's a good play by the defender. I don't care. At some point, man, Pierce has to win these matchups, period. This is a hell of a throw. This play's drawn up for him. It's drawn up for him. Fine play by the defender. But he's got to get open, and he's got to win these matchups at some point. I can't keep making excuses for him. I'm one of his biggest defenders. I cannot keep making excuses. He has to win a matchup. This is a big moment. We're targeting him. Quite frankly, I don't care if I think Pittman makes this play, period. Just every time with Pierce. Just does not win the matchup, man. Never wins the matchup. Blitz. It's us getting beat on a blitz right there. Now, as I said earlier in the game, we were not losing to straight pressure. We're losing to these blitzes. It's a great blitz. I mean, that's a great blitz. What are you going to do about that? Jacksonville executed really. This is more guys. They're overloading and saying, we don't think Richardson's going to be able to make this play. We don't think he has it in him. And he doesn't. He just doesn't at this point in his career. Good attempt, I guess, by Richardson. 3rd and 10. Plenty of protection. Put this thing to Pittman. Just fine. And now this comes the 4th and 5 run where ultimately he ends up getting hurt. I'm not sure if you guys had noticed that the play card was giving him problems for the past few plays, man. He was so locked in. He said, fuck this thing. Just threw it out. Oh, that was awesome. I don't know. I love the little stuff like that, man. Shows these guys are human. So now, right here, everyone talks about him taking a hit. Listen. This actually isn't the one he gets hurt. I said there's a time and a place. Remember on 1st and 10 before, early in the game, I said can't bear to take this hit. I don't love him taking this hit, but I mean, oh goodness, that's badass. That's the time and the place. If you're going to do it, that's the time and the place for Anthony Richardson. That being said, right here, fell in love. Has protection. Just has protection. Falls in love with making the play with his legs. I don't know who's open and who isn't. It's not really the point. Richardson has to stand here on 1st and goal. I know he's trying to win the game. Just has protection, man. Stand back there. Let your lineman do the work. And if you have to create time, do it to the outside. Your protection's here. And ultimately, you end up hurt. Look. Ain't no pressure in the world, man. Stand here, run around. You see some of the heroics that a guy like Kyler Murray has where he just drops back. He'll create fucking 8 to 10 seconds over here. Richardson has the same ability. He's got a little trigger happy here on the run. I know he's trying to make a play and win the game. Oh, and he just can't keep taking those hits. All right. There's an advertisement for, speak of the devil, there's Kyler Murray right there. All right. Let me unshare the screen. Wow, that was a long video. If you're still here, thank you so much. Hopefully that film breakdown was halfway decent. Again, the giveaway to get Dan Orlovsky on the show. Screenshot this. Share it on Instagram. Tag Dan Orlovsky. In fact, share anything I've ever done and tag Dan Orlovsky. Tell me he has to come on the show for the film breakdown. One of you will win $300. I'll send it right to you if we could get Dan Orlovsky on the show. Until next time, my name is Justin. This right here was the Ride in the Bench Colts cast. Go Colts.